disclosure, the end of the month, beginning of the month is one of my favorite times. We get paid monthly, or we pay ourselves from our business monthly. So when I wrap up the previous month and set up the next month, I'm also getting paid at the same time. But what I do within my You Need a Budget software tool is not what everybody else does. So this is going to be a little controversial. Most people do what I think Ynab teaches, which is to budget any extra dollars to the next month and then start working on getting a month ahead. Now, that doesn't work for me. If my grocery budget is $400 and I spend 300 and then I roll 100 into the next month, I'll likely spend $500 the next month, my typical 400 and the extra 100 that I rolled over. Instead, when Brina and I sit down for our monthly money meeting, which we do at the beginning slash end of each month, we wrap up the month, we set up the next month, and we use it as an opportunity to align our money with our top priorities. And today, I want to reveal our process, and you can consider if this will work for you too. Welcome to the Fife Movement. I'm your host, Amanda Neely. This is the only movement that helps our generation create our unique, feminine, and entrepreneurial path to financial independence. Please be sure to subscribe, and if you're watching on YouTube, hit that bell for future videos. Now, each month, the end of the month, the first thing I do is make sure all my transactions are entered and reconciled. I want to make sure I got accurate data that I'm looking through. And then I go to my monthly bills and everyday expenses. And let me share my screen so I can show you what I do here. Um, you should know that before I share my screen, you should know, or as I'm getting it set up, that this is a sample budget. You'll see it's my budget sample. Let me click share. Okay. My budget sample. It is my real categories, but the numbers are all not real numbers. My apologies about that. Hope you understand. So what I do is I go through my monthly bills and my everyday expenses. And if there's anything extra, or first I look for what's negative. So this month, pretend I overspend on my groceries. So I look for what's negative, and then there's this really cool thing where I can say, oh, I didn't spend any of my fuel money because I'm not driving anywhere, COVID and such. So all I have to do is click on this 50, or no, sorry, I click on the 25, the negative, and I say cover this with, and I can pick the category. So cover it with fuel, and then it'll automatically move 25, right? Whatever the negative balance is from my fuel to there. And so that's the first thing I do. Is cover any extra spending, rolling with the punches that way, so that now everything's either zero or positive. And then, so I do that for monthly bills because sometimes, electric's more or less than other times, that kind of thing. And then I do that with everyday expenses. And then for when there's extra, I actually move that to my short-term funds. I look and see. So vacation, again, these numbers aren't real. I'm not saving $2,000 a month for vacation, but I started the budget today. So I wanted to fill in. Let's say I've already got 2,000. I'm saving regularly for vacation, saving regularly for things that are for my son, saving regularly for birthdays, and saving regularly for Christmas each year. But there's this special category that is often changing names. And right now it's home improvement or home maintenance, improvements, and furniture. Okay. And I have a goal because we're getting new windows and I need to be saving for that goal. So that's why you see when I hover over this, so that all caps windows there. And what I do is anything I have extra, right? Instead of rolling over fuel into the next month, so then I have $75 to spend on fuel, then that doesn't really work for me. So what we do is we go and we move this 25 to our most important category. What is that priority right now that we're trying to save up for? We desperately need new windows, so that $25 is going to go there, right? And I'm going to keep doing that. Just move that anything extra in all of these to that special category. And again, this category has changed names. It's been different things over time. When we first started Ynab, it was our vacation fund. We really wanted a vacation. We hadn't taken one in a while. So that was a vacation. And then as our income has increased, vacation became a thing that we save regularly for throughout the month. So you get the idea there of what we do to align our money with our priorities and what's most important for us there. Um, and obviously, we just bought a home this year. That whole home maintenance, improvements, furniture has been a big category for us this year, so that we're setting aside anything extra in our budget for that category. Now, we have a pretty lofty goal there, for how much we want there and how quickly. We've already seen a couple emergencies where we've had to use those to cover the emergencies, not necessarily for improvements or furniture, that kind of thing. But we're still being really aggressive when we can. Um, so all and one really important thing you have to know on that budget, you saw some uh, the short-term funds for saving, but also you might have noticed categories that were for other saving and giving goals. Those are already funded at the beginning of the month, each month when I get paid. So I know that those are covered. I'm saving for the long-term future. I'm saving for those medium-term expenses. I'm giving to charity. So then I know anything extra I can use for whatever that main priority is. It also means that if I've been irresponsible and spent too much in categories that I don't have anything extra to move, maybe I have actually even need to move money from that priority category to cover the extra spending somewhere else. And because I'm clear on my priorities, I know we really want those windows. We know we need to do some certain things to our house. It really, really hurts when I've overspent somewhere and need to move money from that main priority to cover the extra special, restaurant visits we've done or, something like that. So that also, because that hurts when that happens, it helps me rein in my spending in a lot of ways too, because I know what that extra money is going to go to. So this is kind of why I said that this end of the month is my time to align my funds with my priorities. Rather than giving myself extra cushion the next month in my everyday expenses, I take all that extra and put it toward that number one thing I want to do to improve my happiness level. Of course, new windows and making my home a better place to live in right now is going to make me way happier throughout this cold winter and as COVID continues, right? And we're staying home more, right? So now I do have to say, we've taken some steps to get a month ahead in some categories, specifically savings goals and the mortgage. Those come out of our account on the first of the month each month. So I make sure that I'm actually funding those a month ahead. So the beginning of October, I would have funded my November 1st expenses for the mortgage and my medium and long-term savings goals. That way I have no fear of my mortgage getting paid or of not reaching those longer term savings goals. Because and all of those are transferred out of my savings account on the first of the month into more longer term savings vehicles and to the mortgage. So it's not that I'm saying don't get a month ahead. I'm just being smart about where I get a month ahead and aligning my money with my true priorities, which are not necessarily having my groceries for next month paid, right? Um, but my money is aging as well, so that it looks like I'm a month ahead too. Anyway, getting into weeds here. The whole idea is moving any extra funds to our number one priority short-term funds category. This came about because we were doing regular monthly money meetings. We would look carefully at where we had overspent and where we had extra, and then we'd cover the overspending and ask where we wanted the money to go. Our answer was never, we want to use that money to buy extra groceries next month. It was always, well, we have this thing we've always been wanting to do, but we've never had the money for it. What if we put it there? What if we start saving for that thing that we feel like we can't afford or ever do? And again, at the beginning, that was a vacation. Now it's buying a new couch, hopefully, is what we can do after the windows are done. We don't really need it, but we'd love to do that. So hence this rotating category within our short-term funds for whatever is our number one priority at the time. And as our income has grown, some of those have become regular categories. Like now you saw that vacation fund is there. Same for having a baby fund, right? We had that and now it's our son's fund for things that might come up that are extra special for him. Now, maybe that's a sign of lifestyle creep, but if so, I'm okay with that. A little lifestyle creep is okay in my opinion. So, the most important thing I want you to take away from today's conversation is this: take the end of the month seriously. Set aside a little time to review how things went and set it for the next month. Literally, your checklist can be, let's look over, the prior month. How have things gone? Where have we overspend? Where do we have extra? How do we want to shift things around? How are we rolling with the punches? That's your first one. And then you look at the next month and you set things up for that month too. And if you share your finances with someone else, or if you're doing it by yourself, doesn't matter. Make this monthly money meeting a thing and include some fun with it. Nice latte, your favorite dessert, something that'll make it more enjoyable. You never know how taking this time might help you find a way to customize the YNAB basics to meet your unique dreams and goals. And if you, again, this conversation doesn't have to be super complicated. It's just reviewing the previous month, looking toward the next month, asking what has happened, what do we want to change, what are we going to change? And that's it. Make it happen. Customize it for yourself. Have some fun with it. Thanks for joining me and connecting with the Fife movement as you go about your day. Remember, wealth is coming your way. Your quest is to prepare for using it well. For more tips on how to prepare, be sure to subscribe. And to connect with the community, visit fifemovement.com. And if my gift has helped you, please pay the gift forward by sharing this content with a friend. My gratitude in advance. To help this video be seen by more people, please hit the like button, and we invite your feedback in the comments as well.